My main thing is drawing with wax pastels. Like
Wax
I
pastels.
love drawing because they have the crayon like texture. I usually treat like clear plastic vinyl with gesso and draw on top of there because I like the texture that it makes.
Why clear?
I don't know. I just like the idea of it being transparent.
But then
Depending
you're
on yeah,
so you do
with clear gesso.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, I got you.
Yeah, so like depending on what color I put in the background or what the background is, so say I put on the black couch or like the white wall, it'll change the colors of the image. So which I kind of like.
Yeah.
So the main thing is wax pastels. I love drawing. Like that's my number one thing. I'm always drawing, whether it's the wax pastels, graphite. I really like hand stitching too. Like I don't know if it's just me, like I'm just like mentally ill and fucking love obsessive like repetitive movements, but I just love right? I just like to go to town like the same thing, and I like how I could take it anywhere, right? Like I said, I do like having the studio, but there's something about hand stitching that it's easily transportable, so it kind of like has its own story to it too, the more you take it just around wherever. And then like printmaking, I want to do another big lino like the last one that I did.
Yeah, we this is all off air conversation that we had. Yeah, so you just did a big print, a lino cut. How big was it?
It was 30 by 30 inches.
30 by 30, and that was like I saw it all over Edgar's Instagram, and then that's how was I following you? No, I think I wasn't following you yet. Yeah. And then and that's how I became aware of you. It's massive. It 30 by 30. I mean, that's not even 30 by 30. The thing behind you. Yeah. That's 24 by 30. So it was really. I think it kind of went. It was a lot similar to why I like the hand stitching, because it was a lot of just like, all right, the image is already there. All I need to do is carve, and it's a lot of repetitive movement too. So there was just something about it that was like kind of therapeutic in a way. Like I went to the studio, I already knew what I had to do, and just carving away. Dude, you're describing exactly where I'm at right now with this work that I'm doing. Because this stuff that right next to me, like there's too many decisions to make during the process of making it, and I was getting burnt out, and like it slowed down the entire process. So then that's when I started to make the repetitive patterns. Just like the idea of just like showing up and just doing it, and then you still have that satisfying, because there's the decisions are already pre-made. I like that kind of process. Sometimes I do like making decisions as part of the process, but sometimes it's just nice to like burn through shit. You just become much more productive.
Yeah, that's what it felt like with the print, because like I said, I would just go to the studio and then be there for a couple hours and just carve away. The same thing with the hand stitching. Like most of the time I transfer like my drawing onto there. Like the graphite will kind of stay on there, but it's the same thing. I just need to follow like the drawing that I already made. Drawing is the only thing where it's like, all right, I got to be active in the decision making. Like if I make a mistake, how do I adapt to it? I'm not going to trash the whole thing. I got to figure out, all right, like what am I going to do to alter the image to make it come out the way I want? So I guess I get different things from different mediums. Painting, on the other hand, like I like doing it, but after a while it's like, it seems tedious. Like I'm just like, I don't want to do this anymore.
It's much less immediate than
exactly.
And I'm totally 100% with you on that. Like once I get excited when it's hand drawn, and then I'm like, okay, I should paint this. I'm like, fuck, now I'm making something.
Dude,
instead of drawing.
I don't know. There's just something about drawing, because it's like you hold the pigment right directly in your hand, and you layer it, especially with the pastels. Whereas color, like I don't know, maybe that was a product of me being stubborn in school and not wanting to fucking like color mix all the time, because like it just seems tedious to me, which is why I avoided like doing a lot of projects too, like because I was in the drawing and painting program. I didn't really paint. I just did a lot of drawings and like hand stitching. I don't know how the fuck I got away with it.
Pastels, wax pastels, I think you could probably categorize. I think that there was an archaic way of thinking when I was in school. I don't know if it's still the case, but that like drawing is technically black and white, and color is like, once you start adding color, then you're but then you talk to painters and they're like, that's so graphic. That's not really painting. Like painters don't call what I do painting. And I'm like, okay, you can call it drawing. I don't care.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me, but it's just funny, like those little defining lines. Because for a long time, I worked almost exclusively in black and white.
Yeah.
Because I was just, I can't, like, that's how much I love drawing. You know, I used to draw plein air with pens. I'm probably shit now, but
I love doing that.
Yeah, but like just drawing, you know, and then getting all of that, like, and then if the drawing takes too long, I lose interest too.
Oh no! Don't do that. Don't think about that.
No, I mean, like when it's like, I like the immediate, when in terms of plein air.
Yeah.
You know, like, obviously that's not done in one sitting, right? Like, but the immediate, like if I'm drawing a portrait and something, or like in class, like I hated when we had to go back to a drawing.
Yeah.
You know, like that kind of thing is like, you're not going to get the exact same pose and that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I found it way more challenging to do skin tones with painting. I don't know why. And I always found some way to like circumvent, which, you know, it kind of bit me in the ass in the end, because now it's more like, all right, I got to like figure out the right way. I should have done it in school, but I'm telling you, I was so over it at that point where I was just like, I just want to do things the way I want to do it. Mm-hmm. And, you know, for better or for worse. But I do like drawing with pen. Like, that's what I like to do. Like, apart from stitching, is like walking around the city, committing to like some view and doing it with pen, because it's a record of all of your movements. Yeah. And like I said, you have to adapt to it. You have to think ahead. Yeah, you make a mistake, all right, just keep going. The show goes on. You got to just keep drawing it. And there's something about it archiving your movement, but also archiving a certain perspective in LA, right? Like LA is always constantly changing. I don't know when the next time I'm going to be able to see a certain view again of like a
and if it'll still be there.
Yeah, if it'll still be there. So whenever I go out walking and drawing, like I think of it as that, like a practice, of course, like drawing with pen, but also archiving a certain point in time in LA too, because I mean, like I said, I was born and raised here, so I've seen the city change like a lot in my whole lifetime. Like, it's kind of like sad, like some of the places that are gone, or just like there's parking lots and places where I was able to see like a whole, like, you know, downtown LA landscape or something. Like, it's just yeah, and I guess maybe that's part of it, is like me trying to capture this fleeting feeling, this fleeting aspect of living here in the city, of like, all right, I gotta, you know, mark this history and time, because I'll write everything, like the time, the day, the street I was on, like what direction I was looking at, so that I can remember, like, not only for myself, but, you know, later down the line, like I look back and I'm like, oh shit, that's not the same anymore, like this place is gone, you know, like I don't know. So it's an effort to capture that. I
think that makes it technically reportage instead of plein air, because you're doing it from a different perspective. Someone taught me that term recently. I don't know it well enough to tell you what it means.
Oh, but I was like, what is that?
Reportage, I think, you know, plein air, they're both French terms, but I think that one is like more associated with the Impressionists, like plein air would be that. And then reportage, I think, is more technical. It's more like like it's more documentary style. Yeah. So I think that, I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe it's still plein air, but it seems like you're taking it further than just like, oh, this is like, oh, I'm painting outside. You're like, I'm documenting outside.
Yeah, it's important, because they're just there's like certain things that I wanted to draw that aren't there anymore. Yeah. And that makes me sad too, because I'm just like, I miss this opportunity to capture this in real life, and I'll never be able to like recreate that. You know, I can look at a picture, but it's not the same, you know. So I guess that's where it comes from. More recently, like I've always kind of like tried to draw where I'm at, but I've done it more intentionally, like lately as well.
And you've never been a photographer, never taken pictures?
No, man. I have like a little point and shoot, but that's it. Yeah.